Hello friends, welcome to my channel. In today's video, we'll provide you demo for input and output binding in isolated worker process. In our previous videos, we discussed about bindings and trigger in great detail. I would encourage you to please watch my previous video related to function app. So let's start. We are creating a new project. Click on Azure function, click on next. Provide a meaningful name for project and then click on next. In our next window, it is .NET 8 LTS, keep as it is, function as in blob trigger, path we will keep as it is and click on create. Cancel these settings, we don't require right now. It will provide a boiler code. Go to solution explorer and delete the function. Let me create a new Azure function. Provide a meaningful name for Azure function. Click on add and use blob trigger. This will create a new function for us with the provided boiler code. This is the boiler code. Let me do the required changes in the code. We'll come back once the changes are done. So required changes are done. Before going in detail of the code, if you notice, while creating a project, we have used .NET 8 LTS version with isolated worker process. So this is a one way to create a function app. We will discuss other process also which are related to in process in our upcoming videos. This function contains demo of both the input binding as well as output binding. So you notice that in line number 16 and line number 19 we have two types of binding. One is output blob output and another one is blob input. And if you also notice, we have two blobs, blob output and blob input. It means we have to create two blobs, one for output which save our output files and one for input from which our function will get the input when it get triggered. This function will trigger when any item is added to blob. So this is a blob trigger type. If you notice, in line number 18 I have used another blob called as blob trigger. So in short, we need three blob storages. First is for output, another one is for triggering, and third one is for input. Rest of the code is easy. From line number 22 to line number 26, what it is doing is just logging the information about the blob storage and the item what are added into the blob. Let me create blob storage, copy the blob output and let me navigate to Azure Storage Explorer. Create a blob output with the same name what we copied from there. Navigate again back to Visual Studio, copy blob trigger, navigate to storage and create here again the new blob with the same name. Again go back to Visual Studio, copy the blob input and create a blob here. I have created all required blob. Now let me build the application. Let me pause the video, will come back once it is built. Okay, now it is built successfully. And as this is a blob trigger, so I have to add some blob onto the blob storage. So here we have created blob trigger. Now I am uploading the blob which I have already created here. Let me upload first. Yeah, the blob is uploaded successfully. Let me navigate to Visual Studio again. So if you see, we have an error. Why this error coming? So let me tell you, it is due to the missing of blob.txt. If you see here in input, we don't have blob.txt. Same what we have mentioned in our code. Let me delete the blob.txt what we have added to trigger the blob. This is the blob.txt. I am deleting this. Yeah, it is deleted now successfully. Yeah, Now next is we have to add the missing blob.txt in blob input. So I'm using the same blob.txt what we have used for trigger. This is the same. I'm uploading here in blob input. Blob is added. Navigate to the blob trigger. Now again we will trigger our function. Same blob.txt I am uploading started and transferring it, and now upload is completed. If you see the output, previously we got an error, now it is executed successfully. It is showing the trigger item and input item. If I come back to our code in Visual Studio, you see in line number 26 we have a string welcome to blob trigger, and this should be added into our output. If I navigate to blob output, a new blob is created automatically here with the name output.txt. If I open this, so it is open now. This is the text what we have returning from our code. With this we end our video here. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day. Bye.